Do we go down enough though? Yes. Yes, we do. Oh my God. Oh my God. Please hit take profit. Oh my God. Look. Look. I need to try this. Does it hit take profit? Yes. Come on. Yes. Yes. Right, am I good? Am I rocking? Right, let's go. Hi everyone, my name is Jamie Palmer and welcome to another episode with the Binary Destroyer 7.0. So in today's video, we're going to be going over the power move strategy. Now the power move strategy is in fact just the pullback strategy. There's literally all it is the pullback strategy. But because we're trading on the 1 hour time frame, we can get some big moves, some big power moves. Hence why I've called it the power move strategy on the 1 hour charts, but in fact it's just the pullback strategy. Now, if you've been watching my recent videos where I've been scalping with the Mogwai strategy, going for 5 pips, in and out scalping, high win ratios, this is the complete opposite. It's on the other end of the spectrum. Okay, you don't need a high win ratio to make profits with this. Okay, and it's about slow trading, but really capturing big moves, big pips in the market. And like I said, you don't need a high win ratio to make consistent profits with this strategy. In fact, you could have easily a 30, 40, even 50%, 40% win ratio with this and still make consistent profits. Now you're probably thinking, how can you have a 20% win ratio and still make consistent profits? Let me explain to you. So the idea with this strategy is to capture the tops of trends or bottoms of the trends. Okay, so the idea is you capture the reversal of a trend and then ride that trend. So you kind of maximize those pips as the trend continues in your favor. Because of it, we can have tight stop losses. So let me give you an example here, right? So let's say we're risking, keep it simple, 100 pips. Okay, so our stop loss is 100 pips. And let's say our take profit is 800 pips. And we win the trade. Okay, so we've risked 100 pips and we've made 800 pips take profit. Now, this means that if I lose my next 7 trades, so let's say I take my next trade and I lose 100 pips, I take another trade and I lose 100 pips, okay, and I lose the next 7 trades after that, I'm still up 100 pips. So even though I've lost more trades, I've lost 7 trades, but only won 1, I'm still in profit, okay? Now the idea with this is obviously we're going to be trading off the 1 hour time frame. So we're going to be getting a lot less setups. And the idea is you want to capture the moves, kind of swing trading, as people like to call it, capturing big moves in the market. Now, we're going to be getting less setups with this because we're trading the 1 hour charts. Trends don't tend to change very often on the higher time frames. So maybe you take a trade on Monday, you could be in that trade for a week, okay, until that trend changes, and then you could be into another trade. So what we're going to do now is we're going to head over the charts. We're going to do some simulating with this. I'll show you my entry points and exit points. Now, all this is, if we go over to the indicator list, as you will see, it's basically the pullback strategy. That all it is. We've got 5 built-in strategies with our indicator, but we're trading the pullback. The only difference is I've changed a couple of settings. I've obviously got my MACD here, and I'm going to be using these diversions arrows with the trend. So basically, trend trading with diversions, okay, the pullback strategy or power move strategy. So what we're basically looking for is, let me find you a nice little setup like here, right? Here's a setup here. I took this trade just before I started this video. And the idea is we're on the 1 hour charts, and let me just bring up my cursor so I can draw it. So you can see here, market went sideways, and then we had a big rally up like this. We had a pullback in the market. Obviously, looking at the TCA line, when the TCA line turns green, it means uptrend. When price is above these lines, it means uptrend. So we've got a rally up, we've got a pullback in the market, and we've got a nice little pullback signal. We've got a nice little signal as well on the diversions, and we just ride the trend up. So as you can see, a nice little trend trading strategy. Okay, and pretty much that is it. Okay, don't need to go too technical. As you can see, when it's a downtrend, the TCA line turns red. And again, the same principle with this one. You can see I took some previous trades. We'll go down, we pull back, we pull down, we pull back. So all along, we had a nice little trend change. As you can see, the two BD lines have changed direction. They've crossed over. So this tells me a trend change is happening. We've got a nice little trend down. We've got a pullback. We've got a trend down. We've got a pullback. And guess what? We've got a trend down. That is pretty much all it is. Now, because we're trading off the 1 hour charts, like I said, we're not going to be sitting here every single minute of the day looking for charts. Now, what we would do if we were trading something like this, particularly this strategy on the higher time frames, is we would monitor the currency pairs throughout the day, maybe in the morning, maybe at lunchtime, maybe late afternoon, maybe going into the evening, and also before you go to bed. So you'd be able to see these setups happening because you're on the higher time frame. Okay, now I will just give you an example of one here. Okay, no, in fact, let me just make my webcam a little bit smaller so you can actually see. Okay, and we're just going to press play here, and I'm going to pause it when I find a setup, and we'll go over it in a market condition. So, like I said, I'm looking for a trend change to happen. I'm not interested in that. We might get a setup just here. No. In fact, no. We might get one here. Don't particularly like that one either. When we start to cross, let me just pause it for a sec. You notice how we have a crossover of the TCA line. See how they constantly cross over like this? This is not a good time to trade. This tells me that the market is very kind of volatile. This is a trend trading strategy, so we want to be trading this with the trend. Okay, that was a nice little setup just there. Let me just take it back. Okay, that was a nice little setup there. Let me just pause it for a sec. Right, I'm slowly getting there. When you have to kind of go back on the 1 hour charts, it's well annoying. Right, okay, so I like this setup. The first thing I'm looking for when I'm trading this strategy is obviously I don't want to see the BD lines crossing over like this. You know how it constantly crosses over like this? This is a bad time to trade. It just tells me that price is going sideways rather than trending, and we want to be getting into trades with a trend, not when it's like this. So you can see here, we've had a nice little uptrend. As you can see, a nice little rally up like this. We've crossed over like this, which is great. It tells me that a trend change is happening. This is starting to turn red. We've got a pullback signal inside the zone, which is great. Okay, and also if I just go on to the next bar, there we go there. So this is a perfect opportunity. Let's just break down quickly why this is such a good setup. Okay, so first of all, we've got a nice little break and retest. So we had a trend up, we had a break, we had come back up, we retouched. We've got a diversions arrow. We've got, this is a double arrow. In fact, we've got a double arrow. We've got a pullback arrow. We've got the stochastics overbought. We enter a trade. Now, because this is technically, hopefully, fingers crossed, at the start of an uptrend, or let me say that again. Hopefully, this is the start of a downtrend. we should be able to maximize our pip. So what we're going to do is we're going to go with a 60 pip take profit, so 612.80. Let's see if we can get maybe 150 out of this setup. We'll go with a 60 pip stop loss, so 612.80. Not quite a 1 to 3, but definitely a 1.2.5 risk reward, which is really good. Let me just write that down so you can actually understand. 1 to 2.5 risk reward ratio. So for 100 pips, I am risking how much is my take profit? 250 pips. Obviously it isn't on this occasion. It's 60 for 150. Okay, so hold on, and let me take a sell. There we go, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we go down. What I will do now, okay, is as hopefully the trade comes down, okay, we start to just move our stop loss to break even. Stop. Okay, and there we go. Okay, I definitely clicked it too fast. Let's go back to that setup here. Okay, and there was as you can see here, a nice little trade. Okay, delivers some nice little profit, 150 pips there. Now, what's interesting, if you actually zoom out, okay, notice how we caught this perfectly. Oh my God, I love this. How we caught it perfectly at the top of a downtrend. And this is why this is so, I call it the power move strategy. Okay, this trade here would have delivered us over 350 pips with a 60 pip stop loss. That is very good. Okay, so let's do a couple more setups here. In fact, I was just about to say we've got another one literally just here, literally just there. Okay, so let me just pause the video again and I'll go back to this setup. In fact, no, I'll do this live for you right now. Okay, so let me just go back to this setup here. So the first thing I'm looking for is I don't want to see the TCA lines or the BD lines crossing over like this. Okay, so let me just go back like this. Okay, so we had a nice little downtrend. You can see that we had a nice little downtrend. Okay, we did cross over there slightly, but I'm not going to count that because it's still a downtrend. Okay, you can see here overall it's a downtrend. We've now crossed up like this and gone into an uptrend. First confirmation is we've got an arrow which is in between this zone here, which is good. Have we got a support line? Let me just have a look. Yeah, okay, nice little break and retest. The stochastics has gone oversold, which is great. Have we got a divergence arrow, which is hopefully a divergence arrow? There we have a divergence arrow inside the zone, which is great. So let's recap it. Support line, we've broken above the TCA line. We've got a divergence arrow. The stochastics is oversold. Let me just wait for that stochastics just to cross over. Just here, in fact, probably just there. You see how we've just crossed over on the stochastics? We've just crossed over on the MACD and RSI, and we're good to enter a trade. Let's really kind of maximize here. There we go. We can go for, let's go with a 30 pip stop loss on this one. So 30 pips. Let's see if we can get 90 pips out of this trade. So this is again a 1 to 3 risk reward ratio. I know this trade wins, but does it go to here? Okay, that's my question. We come down, we come down, we come down, we come down. Please don't stop me out. Please don't stop me out. And nice. Okay. Now, let's just carry on like this. This is good. Okay, this is what I like to see. Let me just make it a little bit quicker. Okay, we'll take, what we'll do is we'll take 2 more trades and then we'll call that a day. Okay, here we go, here we go. We just crossed over like this. I want to see I did. Okay, no, you know what? I'm not going to take that trade. I'm not going to take that trade. okay, because we technically, this BD arrow like this has got to be inside this zone like that. See this? This has got to be inside that zone, which is really frustrating because everything else lined up apart from that one final entry point. So we crossed over on the zones like this. We'd had a trend down. We'd had a pullback. The stochastics had gone overbought. We've got a diversions arrow, and then we ride it down. The only issue is we did not get this arrow in between this zone here, which is frustrating, but it is what it is. You can't, you know, like I said, this trade would have won nicely, but I didn't take the trade because it didn't meet the rules. Okay, so we've got, I wouldn't take any of that. Nothing really made sense. Now we're zigzagging. Notice how, look at the lines, the BD lines, they're crossing over like that. I'm not particularly interested in trading them. I'm not going to take any of these setups here. Okay, let's monitor them as they go. That, stop. That. Okay, let me just take it back there. That was a setup. Okay, that was a setup. I'm going to take it back to there. Okay, let me just I'm going to call this my final trade. I'm going to call this as my final trade because we've been going on for 15 minutes now. Now, obviously, if you're going to be trading this strategy, like I say, simulate. BD members, if you're watching this, we will have a webinar. We'll go over it in detail. This is basically the pullback strategy. You already have the online course for this strategy. The only difference is I'm using the MACD diversions arrows. That is pretty much the only difference. If you have it, it's great. Like I say, for me, the MACD and RSI really kind of gives me that extra confirmation. So let's go back to this setup here. Okay, and we'll go over the entry points for this strategy. So first confirmation is we've crossed over on the TCA line. Let me just go back to my entry point so we can actually see. There we go. So first confirmation, we've crossed over on the TCA lines, which is great. We have crossed over here as well, but I'll go in the trade anyway. Okay, so first confirmation, we've crossed over. Great. Have we got support and resistance? Great. Okay, we've got a nice little break and retest. See that? Break, retest. The stochastics has gone overbought. We've got a pullback arrow inside the zone. Great. We've got a diversions arrow. Great. Okay, when do we enter? Just as we're about to cross over there. Where's my stop loss? Let's go with a 40. Let's go with a 40 pip stop loss on this one. So let's try and get 120 pips out of this trade. Again, another 1 to 3 risk reward ratio. Hopefully, this is at the start of a nice downtrend. Hopefully, if it is, great. So we'll do bar by bar like this. Okay, I think price fluctuates for a bit. Let's see what happens. Where's my stop take profit on this? So my take profit's down there, which is actually really good because it's at that next level. Oh, that. Oh my God, it literally kissed. I might close it. Do I close this? What I would probably do, let me see what happens on the next bar. Okay, do we come down? Okay, we're coming down. We're coming down. That's great. That's great. Hopefully you don't go any higher. Okay, I'm going to close this trade. No. Great. We've still got another pullback arrow. Look at that. Okay, so we've got a second pullback arrow inside that zone. Let's see what happens. I'm wary now. See, I might close this off now. There we go. I'm going to close this off at break even. Okay, I could have maybe got, look, here we go. How frustrating is that? I could have got 96 pips out of this trade. It didn't hit my take profit. Okay, it probably would have hit my stop loss. Let me find you one more setup and then we'll call that a day. Okay, so again, I'm looking for a crossover like this. We had, look at that, nice little crossover there, but we had no diversions arrow, which is frustrating. Okay, I'm looking for really divergence arrow, pullback signal, and the stochastics and the crossover. But like I said, if you wait for these factors, you will get consistency. You will get big wins. So let me find you one more. Right, like I said, you know, because we're trading the 1 hour charts here, you could literally go for a couple of days without finding any setups. Look at all these setups that I'm missing. Look at them all. Yeah, but it is what it is. You can't win them all. That was no. I was going to say that, but I'm trying to wait for a perfect setup. That, you know what? Look at that. Look at that. Look at, you know what? Let me just test something here, because look at this, right? When we get diversion signals like that, oversold with the MACD, see that there? This, I bet you this goes on to be a big winner. Okay, no, it doesn't. Let me just watch. Let me just watch the MACD when we're in an uptrend. So watch this. Okay, so downtrend. Well, price is going sideways at the minute, so it's irrelevant. Nothing's really happening. Okay, okay, still nothing's happening. Come on, do something. Okay, downtrend. Wait, is the MACD going overbought? Yes, it does. It does. Let's go back to that. Maybe we're onto something here. Maybe we're onto something. So let me just go back. Let me just pause the video and I'll go back. Right, I'm back. Interesting now. Look, again, same situation. We're in a downtrend. You can see that. The red is still red. The TCA line's still red, so still a downtrend. Look at the MACD. We've got an overbought on the MACD. We've got an overbought on the stochastics. We've got a divergence arrow. Let's, you know what? Let's take this trade at that divergence arrow. Let's see what happens here. Right. Let's see if we can. Let's go with a tight stop loss. Let's go with, I mean, 1 hour charts, 20 pip stop loss. Let's see if we can get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Let's see. Oh my God. Let's see if we can get 200 pips out of a 20 pip stop loss. That's a 1 to 20 risk, 1 to 10. 1 to 10 risk reward ratio. I think I've had too much wine. Okay, 1 to 20, 1 to 10. Let's see if we can do that. So I've got a tight stop loss. Me take profits way down there. But maybe it might be a possibility. Who knows? Okay, so trade goes down. Let's see. I'm going to go it bar by bar like this. I want to see if we go lower than this. If we go lower than this, then yes, take profit is going to be hit. If it doesn't, this is our target. So obviously, you know, if we're trading the 1 hour charts, we'd have a target like that. Obviously, our next target would be down there. So we're coming down. Let me just watch the chart. So as you can see here, trade. You can see the actual trade here. Let's see what happens. Okay, we're definitely going down. Do we go down enough though? Yes. Yes, we do. Oh my God. Oh my God. Please hit take profit. Oh my God. Look. Look. I need to try this. Does it hit take profit? Yes. Come on. Yes. Yes. I'm going to try this. I've got to try this next week. 1 hour. I'm going to scalp the hell out of the 5 minute time frame using the Mogwai strategy. I'm going to try this on the 1 hour charts. In fact, let me just try Let me just see one more setup. No, in fact, I'm going to call that a day because I've been at this for 24 minutes now. I'm probably going to do another video. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Yeah, have an awesome trading week and I'll catch you on the next video. Thank you for watching.